Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today we're talking about the Cleveland Browns. And whenever you talk about the Cleveland Browns, you got to bring up Baker Mayfield. Okay, maybe the greatest quarterback. Well, let me clarify. Maybe the greatest rookie quarterback, at least of the last 10 years. Has potential to be. It's in the argument for the greatest rookie quarter. I think so. The second year. I think so. The second year ceiling for Baker Mayfield is sky high. Everybody knows about the recent addition of Odell Beckham Jr. to go along with his college teammate Jarvis Landry. They both played at LSU together. Then they were drafted in the same year. They already have chemistry. They just need to learn Baker Mayfield. That's it. The Cleveland Browns, offensively, on paper, look to be the best offense. A lot of scouts and critics say that they are the best team on paper. I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't think they have all the pieces on defense. But offensively, on paper, there's no reason why Cleveland shouldn't score 30 points a game. I'm just saying. When you got Nick Chubb, second-year man out of Georgia, running the football, Duke Johnson, fifth-year veteran out of Miami, who can run, catch, do it all. Nick Chubb's a power back with some explosive ability. And you got a second-year slot receiver, Antonio Callaway. Showed some explosiveness last year out of the slot. People had a really hard time covering this young man. This young man got wide open. He wasn't consistently wide open, but when he got open, he was wide open. I think Austin Corbett. Is he going to take over the starting role? Is he going to be able to handle it? You know what Joe Bonito brings. If he can do that, Cleveland will be stout. Cleveland will be extremely hard to stop. Because you can't roll coverage to either side because you have Odell Beckham on one side and Jarvis Landry on the other. That's been one of Landry's biggest hangups when he was with Miami. He didn't have another star player on the offense. Now he's got Jarvis Landry. He's got Nick Chubb coming out of the backfield. Plus Duke Johnson. Kareem Hunt when he comes off in suspension. This team is loaded with stars. Nick Chubb, don't quote me, but the kid could win a rushing title. The only reason why he went in the second round is he got hurt. Tore an ACL senior year. Other than that, he'd have been a bona fide first-round draft pick. With his power, with his explosiveness, with his agility, vision, uses space well, stiff arms people to the ground. If he wasn't in the same running back class as Saquon Barkley, and he'd have been healthy, he'd have been the best running back in the draft class. Saquon Barkley is special. He is unique. Running backs like him do not come out every year. Nick Chubb, he's the next in line. Had some 100-yard games last year. And with Baker Mayfield getting better, going into his second year, now has some experience, more explosive, dangerous wide receivers, as Baker Mayfield likes to say. You could even go down as far as to the fourth receiver, Rashard Higgins. Good wide receiver. Very good possession wide receiver. 6'1", 198 pounds. Out of Colorado State 4 years back. He's not explosive. He offers you some agility. He doesn't have top flight speed, but he's a fourth receiver now. He's given you some production in the past. So as a fourth receiver, can he come off the bench and give people a rest when needed? I think so. And still be productive. He's a young ascendant player. He's going to get better. Without question, the best wide receiver core, proven wide receiver core in the NFL with the Cleveland Browns. Baker's going to throw for over 5. He might throw for 6,000 yards. Baker may throw for 6,000 yards. I wouldn't be surprised with this group if Baker breaks every single season record there is, in all honesty. He has probably not only the best wide receiver group this year that's proven, he's going to have as a core the best receiving core that there's been in maybe a decade, maybe 2. You might have to go to the late 90s Minnesota Vikings or the early 90s, late 80s San Francisco 49ers or the St. Louis Rams back when they were still in St. Louis, the greatest show on turf. This Cleveland team is special with the explosive power that they have at the wide receiver position. They could put up 50 on some teams. And I know they're with the Steelers. Well, who's the Steelers? One of these guys sometimes. He's not going to lock anybody down. Okay, I'm Baltimore. Who do they have to cover? They lost C.J. Mosley. They lost Terrell Suggs. Other teams in the AFC North are trying to account for losses and depleted areas of their team. The rest of the AFC North isn't known necessarily for great defensive backfields. They're known for great front sevens. So, Cleveland went out and got the greatest wide receiver that they could find. Odell Beckham. Put him with his college teammate, with one of the best rookie quarterbacks ever in Baker Mayfield. Yeah, Baker's going to throw for 6,000 yards, without question. I think he breaks every record there is this year. Another solid addition to go behind David Njoku, ascending star tight end from Miami in his 3rd year, but a backup from Kansas City, Demetrius Harris, 6'7", 230, very good receiving tight end, has the willingness to block. I know he's not real big, but he can block. He is stronger than Njoku. Some rest, he can do that, and at a high level. Olsen Charles, he's a little bit bigger. He's a little bit more of your run blocker. They've got him too for some depth. So they have some versatility at the tight end spot as well. Finally, Myles Garrett has somebody on the other side to push the passer to him. Yeah, Myles Garrett, he's going to be in the double digits, or does he have 20 sacks this year? Going into his 3rd year, getting better every year. Cleveland, and you add in your defensive backfield to an already pretty stout, probably the best defensive backfield in the AFC North. They had Greedy Williams. Rookie corner at LSU. Defense is solid. Scoring offense in the NFL. Cleveland. Right now, it's only on paper. As I go through any updated to training camp. Join me next week. Have a great day, everyone.